Hey guys, we are gonna do some yoga today from beautiful Pomelo Grove. I am just going to do what feels good. I'm just gonna flow. I'm gonna express what I'm doing so that you can do it with me. All right, coming to the top of your mat. Get all your fidgets out. With all the fidgeting we're allowed. Pull your pants up, pull your shirt down, pull your shoulder blades down. Rock on your feet a little bit, wiggle your fingers a little bit. Hope you can actually hear me. All right, take a deep breath up. Forward fold. Leading with your chest. Come down to the ground. Come up into a half lift. Flatten that back. Pull those shoulder blades down your back. Perfect. Come down to the ground. Place your hands down, and even if you have to bend your knees a little bit, and step into plank. In plank, we got our fingers spread wide, shoulders over our wrists. We're not sagging into the ground, we're pushing away from the ground. Now I just want you to softly place your knees on the ground. Don't move anything else. Don't shift your body or anything else. Now we're going to do what's called chaturanga. Just squeezing the sides of your body, you're just going to lay down. Releasing the tops of your feet to the mat. Hugging your body with your elbows. Push up into cobra. Make sure that your shoulders are not squished up into your ears. If you're here, push your head away from your shoulders. Really feeling that stretch through your abs and your low back. Maybe turn your head to the right, loosening up through our neck. Turn your head to the left. Gorgeous. Now we're just going to send our butt towards our heels into child's pose for a second. Letting our low back release. Relaxing, breathing. Now one more deep breath and we're going to come back down to all fours, otherwise known as tabletop. Curl your toes under and push your tailbone to the sky and your heels towards the ground. We are now in downward facing dog. You want your fingers wide. Spread out. Your biceps are framing your ears. Your heels are pressing towards the ground. They may not be all the way on the ground. Mine aren't. Really stretching those hamstrings. Now we're just going to shift our body weight forward where our shoulders are over our wrists. Into plank. Perfect. Put that butt back in the air. Down dog. Shift back into plank. Shift your butt back into the air. Down dog. Awesome. Now I want you to just bend your right knee. Stretch through your left calf. Bend your left knee and stretch through that right calf. I'm currently doing yoga with a butterfly. All right, bend your knees softly. Shift your shoulders over your wrists. Bring your feet to meet your hands, and we're going to do that again. This is called a sun salutation. Breathe up. Arch your back a little bit. Think about bringing your heart to the sky. And then dive forward, leading with your chest. Forward fold. Half lift. Come down to the ground. And we're gonna step into that plank again. Softly placing those knees down. And then we're gonna lay down, hugging our sides with our elbows. This is called chaturanga. Push up into cobra. So I'm showing you a modified chaturanga. In a minute, I will show you an advanced version. And now what I want you to do is make sure you're not squishing your head into your shoulders and look up. Making sure not to hold your breath. Release your neck. And now we're going to curl our toes under. Push into that down dog. Hi, little butterfly. Now we're going to do a couple of crouching down dogs. So I just want you to bend your knees. Don't touch the ground. And then push your tailbone back into the air. We're going to do that for 5 reps. So that was 1. Push it back, that's 2. Bend and straighten for 3. Don't hold your breath. Bend and straighten for 4. You got 1 more. Bend and straighten. And shift that body weight forward with soft knees and step your feet to meet your hands again. I'm aware that your wrist breathe from the bottom. We're going to do it again. Might feel a little bit weak right now. That's okay. The more yoga you do, dive forward, the stronger your wrist will be. Half lift. Bring your feet your hands to the ground. You can either hop or step into plank. I'm going to hop. Right here, you can place your knees on the ground or not. I'm not going to show you what it looks like to do a chaturanga. If you're not ready to try the advance, I'm going for the advance. So chaturanga by hugging your sides with your elbows, place the tops of your feet down, push up into upward facing dog. So the reason this is upward facing dog instead of cobra is because all my weight is on my hands and my feet. My thighs are actually not on the mat. I'm not squishing into my shoulders. I'm forcibly pushing my body away from the ground. Now, I'm going to curl over the tops of my toes and bring my butt into the air, into down dog. Perfect. Relaxing here, breathing here for a second. We're going to do that again. Bend those knees. Either hop or step your hands to your feet. Breathe up from the bottom. Forward fold. Half lift. Bring your hands down. Either step or hop into plank. Chaturanga. Either putting those knees down or not. And then push up into upward facing dog or cobra. And curl those toes under. Down dog. Now we're going to add our right foot up into the air into a single leg down dog. Now, in this posture, you want to make sure your shoulders are square. You don't want to rotate your shoulders. In this particular second, we're having our hips square to the ground as well. We can open up our hips, but not yet. Now what I want you to do is shift your shoulders over your wrists, coming into a plank, and bringing that right foot with you to the outside of that right hand. Now, if that was challenging, maybe your core strength isn't quite there yet, or your flexibility and mobility. So all you gotta do is just place that back knee down on the floor. So I'm gonna show you. You just, and then kind of help that foot there. And then if it feels good to you, pick that left knee up off the ground, and we're in a runner's lunge. We're gonna hang out here for a second. Now put that left knee down on the ground, and we're going into a kneeling crescent pose. So squeeze in your butt, bring your heart to the sky, breathe, arching that back, holding, Beautiful. Bring those hands down. Pick up that left knee. Bring that left foot to meet that right foot. We're going to do it again on the other side. Breathe in from the bottom. Forward fold. Half lift. Come down to the ground. Hopward step into plank. How about we do something a little extra special? We place our knees down. We're going to do 5 push-ups. Elbows going back, squeezing our sides like a cricket, our butt out of the air. Here we go. 1, 2. All in the triceps. 3, 4. One more. 5. Now push into that downward facing dog. And take our left leg towards the sky. Not rotating the hips, not rotating the shoulders. Both of those are square to the ground. And we're going to bring that left leg or left foot to our left hand. Again, if need be, you place that knee down and help that foot get up there. Awesome. We're going to hang out in runner's lunge for a second. Making sure not to hold your breath. All right, place that right knee down. Release those toes. Bring your arms up into a kneeling crescent. And breathe. Beautiful. Now release your hands to your mat. Bring your right hand to meet your, right foot to meet your right hand. Bring your feet together. We're going to do it again. Breathe from the bottom. Forward fold. Half lift. Bring your hands down to the ground. Hop or step into plank. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog or cobra. Downward facing dog. All right, this time we're going to take our right foot into the air and we are going to open our hips. So keeping your shoulders square to the ground, you're going to open up through your hips. Taking that right leg up into the sky, breathing. If it feels good to you, maybe drop and bend that knee so that you can open up even more. Trying to keep those shoulders square. Awesome. Now we're just going to shift, just like we did before, our body weight forward. Rotate those hips. Bring that right foot to that right hand. Might take you a minute. You might need to place your knee down and help that foot out, and that's okay. So we are in runner's lunge. Now we're going to come up into a standing crescent. So that just means bringing those arms up. Bring them down. Beautiful, beautiful. Bring that left foot to meet that right. And we're going to do it again. Same thing, other side. Breathe it up. Forward fold. Half lift. Down to the ground. Step or hop into plank. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Curl those toes under. Downward facing dog. So now, we're going to bring our left foot towards the sky into single leg down dog. And same thing as the other side. Rotate that hip open, squaring off those shoulders. If it feels good, let that knee bend, open even more. Breathing. Beautiful. Now bring that left foot on the outside of that left hand. Maybe helping this one out too with your hands to get it all. You want your knee over your ankle. Now come up into crescent. Beautiful. Come down to the ground. Step that foot back into plank. All right, drop those knees. Give me 5 tricep push-ups here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Last one. 5. Push into down dog. I want you to walk your hands towards your feet. We're going to go through a chair pose sequence. So from here, we're going to drop our butt and raise our arms and our chest. It's going to be hard because I'm on a hill. I have to move a little bit. There we go. Breathe, your core's tight. This is not the prettiest chair in the world. I suck at chair, but we do our best. Yoga is not about judgment. Now bring that butt up, bring those arms down. Breathe. Bring your feet a little closer together. We're gonna do the same thing. Breathe those arms back and then up and sit. You can get a little lower with your butt and your chest a little higher, go for it. Squeeze in, driving those knees out. Do it again, dive, breathe. Exhale and sit. Perfect. Last one, dive. And then one vertebra at a time. We're gonna roll it up. Awesome. Now we're gonna do a little bit of stretching. Take the hard workout part out of this. And a little bit of stability work on our legs. Balance postures. So first thing we're gonna do is tree pose. So standing on your left foot, really shifting your body weight over there. Breathe. Put your gaze on one thing. Don't look around the room. Just look at one thing. I want you to bring your foot up. Place it right on the inside of your thigh. Balancing on that one leg. Then when it feels good to you, bring your hands up to heart center. Then if you've got that balance really well, bring those arms up to the sky. And breathe. You may weeble, you may wobble, there is no judgment. Some days are good balance days and others are not. This is a good one for me. Perfect. Now we're going to bring those hearts down. Make sure your foot is not on your kneecap. It's either going to be in your inner thigh or on your shin, actually. Perfect. Now release that foot. Maybe balance on this one leg just a little bit longer before we do the other side. All right, switch over to that right foot. All body weight on your right. Again, gaze one thing. Pick up that foot, either on your inner thigh or your shin. Get that balance. My hands are at my heart center now. Your hands are wherever they need to be for you to balance. You can tell I work my way up. When they go overhead, it makes the whole balance thing even harder. Breathing. Perfect. Bring them down. Forgot to do heart center first. That's okay. Now bring that foot down. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, we're going to do that again in a different balance posture. We're actually going to go into what's called Warrior 3, I'm pretty sure. So on your left foot, put that weight over on that left foot. Your hands are going to be wherever they need to be to balance. They can be at your waist. They could be at heart center. They can be a T. They can be out in front of you. Out in front of you tends to be the hardest for me. So we're going to pick up that back foot. And we're gonna hinge. I have a soft bend in my left knee. My right leg is shooting out behind me. And I am now in the shape of a T. My arms are by my sides. My back is flat, not rounded, so my shoulders are pulled down my back. My core is tight. My pelvic bones are facing the mat. And my heart is lifted with my shoulders also being square. Again, you notice I'm not looking at the camera because that's going to mess me up. Heart center. Now I'm taking my arms out. And now I'm taking my arms out in front of me. Okay, so now what I want you to do, if you can, you're either going to stay here and watch me go through the next sequence, or just chill and watch me. Bring those hands down to the ground. I've still got my leg in the air. I don't really know the name of this posture. Ooh, I wish I could raise my leg, my right leg higher, but my mobility won't let me, and that's okay. So I'm going to take my left hand right by my left foot, and I'm going to take my right, open up my hips, and my right arm is going to go through to the sky. This is called half moon. I'm now going to flex my toes towards my shins. So here's the kicker. If I look, you can either look down or up. I'm looking down. I'm going to work my way up with my eyesight, but I might fall. We'll see. I should have less of my weight on my hand, but I'm not there yet, and that's okay. My goal is to look up at my hand, keeping that leg up. There's a sun in my way. I'm going. I'm impressed with myself. That's all I got. Bring that right foot to meet your left. Ooh, my left foot is screaming. We're going to roll it up. All right. Get rid of the stars. Breathe a little bit. We're going to hit the same thing on the right leg. Okay. Here we go. You may notice that one side is more weebly and wobbly than the other, and that is perfectly normal. Keep that core tight the whole time. That's what helps stabilize you. Taking my arms out. Now I'm going out front. Breathe. And coming down to the ground. Really squaring those hips, not opening yet, so that I just get the full benefit of that stretch. Now placing that right hand down in front of me, rotating my hip open with my arm. Getting this part of the posture before I even attempt my gaze change. Not a lot of weight on that hand, it's just there to help. Rotate that gaze. Slow. Not wanting to do it on this side, but I'm trying. Flex your toes towards your shin. Oh, that's all I got. And down. And roll it up. Awesome. We're going to do one more Simsal to bring into one more stretch. So deep breath up. Forward fold. Half lift. Down to that ground. Jump or hop or skip. Chaturanga into upward dog or cobra. Push into that down dog. Now I want you to bring your right foot towards the sky. Really get a good stretch. And then bring that right knee between your hands. Or I've got my right knee towards my right hand. And I'm trying to get my left foot towards my left hand. This is pigeon. So you may feel the stretch here, or to feel the stretch on that outer hip, you may need to just lay it on down. Whatever feels good to you. And we're going to take a couple breaths here. beautiful. You can bring your hands back up. This may be hard for you to do, but if you can't, just stay in pigeon. I'm going to reach with my right arm back to my left foot so I can get a quadricep stretch here. Sometimes I can do this and sometimes I can't. Sometimes my hamstring cramps up, but today it feels really good actually. Hello, little bug. All right, I'm gonna drop that. I'm gonna put my left toes under me. I'm gonna bring my right knee back into downward dog. I'm gonna flick a bug because he doesn't need to be in my yoga. I'm gonna bend my knees. I'm either hop or step to my hands, and we're gonna do the same thing other side. Deep breath. Forward fold. Half lift. Pulling those shoulder blades down your back, flattening that back. Down to the ground. Either step or hop into plank, chaturanga, up dog or cobra. Push into that down dog. Now our left foot going towards the sky, bringing that left knee to that left wrist if possible, and your right foot towards your right hand. Into pigeon. Again, you may be here, or you may want to come down to your forearm. Relax and just let your body feel the stretch. All right, come up on your hands. Same thing as we did on the other side, if you can. Again, it can be a hard posture. So, left arm going back to grab my right foot and stretch my quad. My little bug friend is back. Hi, guy. Are you gonna... You better be a nice bug. You look like a nice bug. Perfect. I'm gonna release that foot. Release my hand. Bring my left foot to meet my right. Push into down dog. One last red down dog. Pushing your heels towards the ground. Pushing your chest towards your thighs. Really feeling that stretch. Now walk your hands to meet your feet. Very slowly. Roll it up. Bring your heart center, hands heart center. Namaste.